All right, family and friends, top of the day. It's Friday and you still ain't got no realtor. I got the good brother, Joe D'Angelo, with me. We're fraternity brothers, went to University of South Carolina together, and we've just been really good friends to each other and accountability partners to an extent. I want to get into some good content. We're just going to kind of chat it up, just talk it out. So with that being said, man, I want to give you an opportunity to tell the people a little bit about yourself, man. So, the floor is yours, man.
Yeah, well, first, Alex, I want to say thank you for having me on today. And I'm extremely proud of the platform that you built and all that you're doing. And you're doing some really good things. So super proud of all that you're doing with this platform. So as Alex mentioned, I'm Joe D'Angelo. Me and Alex have a long history. Went to school together, University of South Carolina, and been friends for over 15 years now. So a little bit about me, briefly. I'm originally from Sumter, South Carolina, very proud native of Sumter, South Carolina. By day, I'm a healthcare executive here in Atlanta, Georgia. I do a variety of different things. I'm an engineer, author, entrepreneur, CEO of my own company that you'll see in the background here, my own consulting firm. So I do a little bit of everything. So again, really happy to be here and really glad we get a chance to talk today, Alex.
Yeah, that's good, man. I appreciate that. Again, the feeling is mutual, just on our sheer level of, respect for each other and just our relationship. We go back, man. I mean, like really back. And it's kind of unique because, we came back to real estate, it just came back full circle. We started out at, my location property, 1038 Benton Street, downtown Columbia. A lot of people are familiar with that. A lot of great memories were built there. And, a portion of your alpha, beginning was in that place as well. So got a lot of good history there. And I'm glad that you have done well with yourself, man. And I've watched you, going from here to North Carolina and all over, man. And I can't thank you enough for just, being a good example for people to look at. And speaking of that, I think we should create a healthy and a comfortable spot for, talk about individuals and men. Of course, the women, they have their side of it. But I like to get into, some components about, me being a realtor, you being, healthcare executive. We understand it to a component, to an extent, I'm sorry. But, let's get into, balancing, personal, professional. What do you do in your spare time? What interest do you have? What interested you into getting into healthcare, for one? And how it all kind of ties into who you are as a person. So if you want to kind of get into something like that, just feel free, to kind of just talk freely. You can go, I can go, and then we kind of go back and forth.
Yeah, absolutely. So so great question. I guess what I like to do in my spare time is I don't have a lot of spare time. First off, I'm always busy, always working, always doing something. But in the little time that I do get, I love to travel. So that's kind of been one of my things to do is to get out and see different places and meet different people and experience different things and just kind of expand my views. So I really love traveling. Recently got into golf maybe a year or two ago. Not the best at it, but it's fun to get out on the course.
Right. Yeah. And neither am I. And, it's kind of funny. And in doing this, we have to speak. We have to have conversation leading up to, an interview like this or just a conversation. Let's use those terms as conversation between you and I. But it was funny to kind of think like, man, I just found my golf clubs. When I was doing the cleaning up of the property downtown. Again, so I went in the crawl space and I found the clubs, but I hadn't swung a golf club in like 10 years. So the concept of everybody who I want to meet or everybody who I meet, wanting to play golf with me, it's kind of like you kind of just lead them on. It's like, yeah, man, I'll meet you out there. We'll set up a date. We got to get together, but we never ever really get together, man, because the truth is I just really don't know how to play golf. You know what I'm saying anymore,
Right,
and I don't even know if I
right.
can hit it to a certain distance. What do they call it? The last man or the fireman's in the high, I don't know what it's called, but I'm definitely gonna be the person who's kind of just walking along,
Yeah.
the weakest link. But I thought it was real
It's a
fun to
sport
just
that
get into
humbles
it.
you, man. It's a sport that really humbles you. On the TV, it looks really easy, but you
Man.
get out on the course, it's a lot more difficult than it looks. So yeah, and it's really about the fellowship. For me, really getting out with friends on the course and having conversation and catching up about family and just having a good time. So I like to do that in my spare time as well. The traveling I mentioned, spending time with my family and friends. I'm trying to be more intentional about doing that a lot more, especially with my schedule because it gets kind of crazy. So trying to create that balance. And then, I think you had asked a really good question about what really got me into healthcare. And a long time ago when I was young, I always knew that I wanted to be in healthcare. I never really knew what capacity. I just knew I wanted to be in healthcare. I had a really bad accident when I was younger and had to get reconstructive surgery on my whole hand and my whole arm, and that really kind of sparked my interest in healthcare, just going through that whole ordeal. So I toyed with the idea of being a physician, went down that route, thought I wanted to be a physical therapist at one point, and really just got to this point where I felt like I could do everything and accomplish everything that I want to do in my career by being a administrator, and tying that in with the whole engineering background and everything's really worked well. And I've been extremely blessed. So I've got to work a lot of different places, help a lot of people, do a lot of things. So, I'm on a great path, and I get to work with people every day, make decisions that impacts lives and saves lives. And like I said, I've just been really really blessed throughout my journey. So
Yeah, man, good stuff. So, I'll say, and I was, we have to give credit to where credit is due. So I remember when you went into engineering, it was like you went into there. I know you were in healthcare, and then just out of nowhere, you just kind of boom, like it's like, man, this guy's an engineering degree. Like what? I mean, how did that happen? I mean, you had to respect it. So, and that's one thing I want people to really realize as people, as individuals, as human. I mean, we don't even have to break it down to gender or any race or color specific. We gotta let people know that they're doing a good job, man. Like you did a phenomenal job with that. I mean, I couldn't imagine, just keeping a 4-year degree like that. I mean, what you no 4 year, was it 4 year or 2 year? Did you get your
yeah,
master's?
yeah, it was my master's. I got my master's in engineering. So I got my master's in health administration first, and then got my master's in engineering. So
Brother, but that's phenomenal, man. And you kind of just did it on the low, kind of did your thing, and then it was like a celebratory completion thing, and you went there. And once you got that, I saw you really kind of just you paired the two together, and you kind of
mm-hmm.
just took off in your own little lane, man. And it's gotten you to your point to where you are professionally, to where you are as a professional, but also speak a little bit about what you got a company, you got an organization, you got a business that you're
Yeah,
working on, or I know you have the book that I supported. I probably was the first one, and I
you
appreciate you for the
were.
autographed copy. You don't hey, I did not pay him to say that, but I was the first one though, but I really was.
No,
I was on
you were the first one. You were the first one. You listen. You've been a great supporter, man,
Yeah,
and
man.
I can't thank you enough. One thing you did mention, Alex, I think is really important, man, is so you mentioned kind of like when I was back in school and getting my engineering degree, and a lot of people didn't. They were saying, well, why would you get an engineering degree and a health administration degree? And they really couldn't see the vision that I had.
Right.
And I say all that to say, a lot of times people don't really see the vision that you have, but you have it in your mind, and you know where you want to go, and you know what you want to do and how you want to marry things up.
Yep.
And I really feel like, you know, the platform you're building, it's the same way. Like, you have in your mind like where you want to go and what you want to do.
Right.
And that's all that matters, is that you have your goals, you have your route, and you have the way that you want to do things. And as long as it works out the way that you want it in the future, hey, that's all that matters. So again, salute to you for everything
Oh man,
with
that
the
was
company.
yeah, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. And you know, and now I kind of knew the conversation would kind of get, and I wanted to do this. So you know, one of the things for me is just being able to, you know, first you have thoughts, right? So you have it there, and you've you've had them all your life. You know, they just finally came into fruition, you know, at 29, at 39, at, you know, 34, 30, 31 or whatever. And it's like, you finally just figured it out, how you can piece and pair things together, and you can put, you know, engineering and healthcare together and kind of come up with this, you know, dynamic person of what a, you know, well, an executive healthcare administrator looks like. So I think, you know, with that, I just found out that, you know, real estate is something that you know, I really want to do. I have a story behind that, which I think I'm trying to illustrate a little bit in some of my videos. So definitely, you know, my roots, you know, they derive from, you know, real estate, to be honest, just literally, you know, a portion of my family had derived from you know, just real estate and property ownership and property, in a sense. So I took it, and you know, in doing the videos, I started out, I was a little, you know, apprehensive about how I wanted to deliver the information, you know, because you know, when you're a realtor, you know, when you first come out, the main goal is to attract or to get to, you know, the 3, the 4, the 500, the luxury homes. You know, you want to get there automatically. How, you know, in 2 years, how can I get there? You know, in year 1, what kind of plan am I going to have? And I looked at it and I was like, man, you know, I'm a business guy. So I'm like, you know, you get to a quality and a quantity type thing. You know what I'm saying? So you have quality homes at $400,000, you know, and you sell, you know, 5 of those per year, right? I mean, you're pretty successful, right? I mean, you know, you sell that, you know, you got the commission and you walk away, you know, you're with 6 figures, right? But, you know, what if I took a quantitative approach to it? If I said that I mean, of course, people will have to deal with a certain population. And of course, I'm gonna tread very lightly with where I'm going and how I'm trying to deliver this. But they have to associate themselves with a certain population for a brief amount of time, because again, the goal is to get to the $400,000 homes, you know.
Right.
But I thought about it, I was like, well, I'm comfortable in this population. You know what I'm saying? So why would I not just target them, because it's more of them. So I'd rather have 1,000 people at 100,000 than have, you know, 40 people at, you know, 400,000. You know what I'm saying? It feels different. And then, you know, I have the quantity there. So how many lives did I impact? So when you really do it, when you really look at it, it's like, well, I sold 40 homes for $400,000, right? Or I sold 1,000 homes, period. We don't even talk about the price, because it doesn't matter at that point. It's a moot issue. You know what I'm saying? It's a moot point, because I still sold 1,000 homes. Have you sold 1,000 homes? Okay.
Right.
So, and then I'm helping out my people in the mix of it. So, and then what happens is, you know, in real estate, you're taught to focus on your core. Well, you know, realtors, they automatically, and I mean, we have an innate ability to want to gravitate for help in some component. And my first thought is, how can I get my core to buy houses from me, to purchase homes from me? And that's an awkward situation, because now you go from cousin, nephew to now I'm a salesman who essentially is going to make money off of you buying a product or service from me. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so what so how can I get this in a more organic way? So I have a lot of good friends who owe me a lot of good favors.
Yeah.
You include, but I'm not gonna go there. But I can utilize their skills and their talents to help me out in real estate. So
Right.
if I
It's,
have,
it's leveraging that network, leveraging the network you built up over the years.
and it's organic because I'm not coming to you asking you to buy me a house. I'm just saying, hey, bro, you take pictures. Like, once you come down here and do, a photo shoot for me, give me your talent and your services. It really doesn't cost you anything because you owe me that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I owe you too, but you owe me enough to do this one gesture for me. So
Right.
because
Right.
of
To
that,
support your business, support your
to
growth.
support
Yeah.
my business, right? So for that, I have one of my best friends coming down in March next month who's going to do a photo shoot with me. I don't know if it's free or not, but I'm gonna try to, he listening. He gonna be watching it anyway because he's my best friend, right?
He'll look out for you. Yeah.
Yeah. But doing that, and because I want to be able to take people from, and again, I'm gonna tread lightly as possible. In certain states, let me do it like that. In certain states, we operate favor, on a favor principle, right? So it's not really about the economy per
Right.
se. It's about relationships, right? But how can you take relationships and stimulate the economy? Because if I can get with you and stimulate the economy every time I get with you, then what does that mean as far as our relationship? So I'm of course I'm going to go and I'm going to do business with you. I'm more likely to do business with you if we work out the economical part. And I'm using economical as a very broad term. We're talking about economics, what all falls under the economic umbrella, that's what I'm talking about. So, if I build a relationship with you, how does it benefit me? I'll be honest, how does it benefit me financially?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It has to be beneficial for both parties. I mean, we do favors here and there, but when it comes to business, I use the old cliche term. Business is business, and it's got to be beneficial to both parties. So no, I get where you're going. I think, man, again,
but what's so hard about, my thing is, what's so hard about saying that? What's so hard about saying, bro, listen, hey, I love you, man. I got your back. If you need anything, whatever, I'm here for you. Favors are automatic. I'm your friend, right? So you should have no problem with me calling you, you know what I'm saying, if I ran out of gas or, if I needed a favor.
Yeah.
It really wouldn't be
It's
a
that
favor.
point where you reach that point in life, I think, where you just grow, and you have more responsibilities and you have more challenges, and life ultimately ends up becoming more about business. You still maintain those friendships and you still maintain those close ties with family, but at the core of it, you have a profession, I have a profession, but it's got to be business at the end of the day. So yeah, no, 100%. I get it.
And so I want to get us, I want to essentially get us to the point to where we're thinking like that, as far as what a favor looks like, and if we're gonna do favors, let's just go ahead and do them initially. A favor, this is a favor essentially, because your time is valuable, my time is valuable. So if I'm taking time out of my day, right, my valuable time out of my day, that means that, I have a sense of investment there, so we got to talk about that part too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I'm giving you my time, right? But what if I can take this 20 minutes that we've been on the, doing this interview, this 20 minutes we've been doing this interview, what if I can take that 20 minutes and quantify it into, let's say, $250?
Yeah.
What does that look like?
I mean, time is money, right?
What does it look like? And then, we do everything virtually. We do everything on the video, right? So I record this one time, and then I make a video with you and it's 20 minutes long, or it might be 25 minutes, or maybe even 30 minutes, because we're really getting into some good content and good talk, and we're at the 20-minute mark. But once I can do that, I record it, we take the 20 minutes, and then we just give it to someone, and then we, we just, I never have to do it again. The work is already done. It's like a song. It's
like a product that's working for itself and making its own money.
Residual income, you know what I'm saying? Because I have it. We live in a virtual world, so why would I not make money? And then we start getting into copyrights and patents, and then you essentially turn yourself into an artist. And then before you know it, in 20 years, we'll be fighting over our royalties.
Right. Yeah,
it's the wave. You know what I'm saying? It's the wave.
Grows organically.
It grows organically. Yeah. If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander, which I want to get into real quick, because I wanted to touch on it, because I just recently started my LLC, and I understand for some people who are listening, it's no big deal. But I can guarantee you, for a lot of people who I hope, because I care about the people who know about the information already, who listen to me, but I really, really care about the people who don't know about the information, and who are listening to me. So I'm telling you, I just started my LLC. The first part of it is easy. You're going to start out with probably about probably about $175 just to get, your LLC, your limited liability company. Okay. And then I'm not gonna get into specifics because I'm not that guy. I'm just telling you what I went through. So I paid about $175 for that. Goes to Secretary of State. He approves it. If you have a really good name. So then you have to have something original. Mine is not hard, as you can see. You really can't really tell what's going on here. Don't know why, but mine wasn't hard, but you just got to pick a unique name. So because the main goal is, you might be able to get an LLC, but when you try to get that EIN, it's tricky, because now somebody else across the world, you know what I'm saying, as far as a tax, right, as far as taxes are concerned, has already taken that name. So you just want to make sure it's very unique. And that's why you see people who have like different things spelled, or like they have like the number sign one, or like the ampersand, you know what I'm saying, like the and.
It makes it different than the next. Yeah.
They have to, because they ran into that roadblock when they tried to get their EIN, because the number that was already taken. It may have not been taken in the state for, you know what I'm saying, because the state secretary of the state, approves your LLC, you know what I'm saying? So that's just for the state. When you go for that EIN, you're like, you open up to the entire world. So keep that in mind. So once you get your EIN, you need that to get your business account. And then once you get your business account, of course, I'm not gonna tell you which banks to go with, because it's not that type of video. I don't want to. I haven't had conversations with anybody to do that, So I would say you get your bank account. And again, I'm not going to go over any financial things, but the end goal is to get you a business bank account. You have your LLC, you have your EIN, and then you start getting into your DUNS number or whatever like that. Once you start, establishing credit or whatever. So I just wanted to kind of get that out. Again, I'm gonna circle back because I want to give you an opportunity. I did that so I could segue into what you have going on, and so you could talk a little bit about your business, maybe again the book and what you got going on for the next 30 days, 3 months, 6 months, year.
Yeah, thank you, man. So I really appreciate that. And that's a great segue into it. So I mentioned earlier, by day, my daytime job, I'm a healthcare executive, super busy. But one of my philosophies has always been, listen, if you're gonna have a daytime job, 9 to 5, and be a leader in whatever you do, a manager, director, CEO, executive, or whatever in your 9 to 5, then you have the same capacity to be a CEO in your personal life. I'm a founder and CEO of my own consulting firm. You'll see that in the background, Action Works International. And I founded that company last year, right after I published my book. We'll touch on that briefly. But yeah, so I really took all of my talents and my experience and everything that I've learned over, 15 years in healthcare, and really started building a business, man. So I've been extremely blessed, founded the firm last year. So Action Works International, we specialize really in three different areas. So the first area is professional coaching and development. So we take healthcare executives or anyone, you know, you don't have to be executive, you don't have to be a leader. We can take anyone or any organization and really coach them and give them the tools they need to be a successful leader. So that's one portion of the business. The second portion is really around providing consulting services from a DEI component, so diversity, equity, and inclusion. So, you know, that's a term you'll hear a lot these days. And so there's a lot of organizations where in current state, they're not a diverse organization. They don't have anybody that looks like you or me in leadership positions. And they have a goal of getting there. So their current state doesn't look like what their future state looks like. So my firm goes in, we do an assessment, we help you figure out where that gap is or where you at and where you want to be. And then we can develop plans and we can develop kind of like an architect to get you where you want to be. And then the last area is really around, you know, that technological department. So we really work with a lot of entrepreneurs to say, you may have a product, software, hardware that you're trying to get a startup on, that you're trying to build and get funding for, and that you're trying to get out on the market. So we partner with those entrepreneurs to really build their software and their hardware ideas. So it's really three components to that. To my firm and what we're doing. So yeah, you know, a lot of my time from in the evenings and on the weekends is really spent working with clients and really building my personal company. And then, you know, you mentioned the book earlier. So I really founded this company after I started after I published my first book. So from Wishing to Winning, it's available on Amazon. Alex was one of the first people to purchase it.
I'm gonna plug the book in too. So definitely, I'm gonna plug the book in too. So,
yeah, you know, thank you for that support. The book sales have been doing great, man, and I really just wanted to. You know, a little bit about why I wrote the book. So, you know, a lot of folks want to, you know, ask me, you know, what made you want to write a book? And I didn't, you know, I never wanted to be those people just to write something or do something just to say I did it. That wasn't really my intent. You know, from where I'm from, I mentioned earlier that I'm from Sumter, and you know, it's a small city. You're familiar with the Alex, and it's just not a lot of people, man, that really make it out of there. It's not a bad place. It's just small, and it's just not. It's really just not. Sometimes it's not conducive to where you want to go. So, you know, I came from very humble beginnings, and it made me who I am. So, you know, over the past, you know, 20 years since I left there, I just really took my recipe and what worked for me and put it all in one book. And not to say that it is that it's the only way, but it's a way that worked for me. And it's the and I feel like it can work for anybody. It's in simple principles. You've read it. It's not a hard read. It's not a long read. So yeah. So you know, pick it up, check it out. From Wishing to Winning. It's on Amazon. And I think you'll pick up some great tools from it.
Hey, and speaking of that too, because you know we just gonna kind of dance a little bit right now. You know, I'm you know we kind of gonna get into it. You know, so speaking on that, I want to ask you a question, man. Don't it feel good, man? Doesn't it really feel good to, you know, come from a humble background, right? It wasn't basketball, it wasn't sports, you know, it wasn't anything illegal, you know, it wasn't anything far-fetched, you know, it was, you know, I mean, we legitimized ourselves, you know, we came from very humble beginnings, and, you know, when you make your parents proud, you know, when you make your family proud, and you did it the right way, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did it the legit way. Like, I mean, you really did it. It's a special feeling, man. You know,
it's an undescribable feeling, man. You know, it's like it's like you have that you know, to make your parents proud. It's like you have it's a fulfillment. You feel
Right.
like you've done everything that you're supposed to do just to get that pat on the back from your parents. It's an undescribable feeling.
Undescribable feeling, and it's almost confirmation. And then, I'm gonna go somewhere with this too. For those of us who have fathers or father figures, it's unbelievable how a man or adult male needs that confirmation, right? And that we strive so
Absolutely.
hard to impress whoever that is, or our mothers. Mom's always gonna be first. You know what I'm saying? Like we strive to do that. And I did, when my mom was, when she was alive. So I did that as well. So it's just being able to have that moment of self-actualization to where it's like I really, 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 really did it. And you shift the legacy that you
Yeah.
kind of create, in your family or whatever, because
It makes all the hard work, it makes all the struggle, it
yeah,
makes all the long nights,
right,
all the days that you didn't think you were gonna make it, or you may
right,
have doubted yourself. I mean, it makes it that much more worth it when you
right.
can hear those folks that you truly love and care about say, hey, Alex, you know what? I'm really proud of you and what you accomplished. Or hey, Joe, I'm really proud of you and what you got. It's a different feeling, and I'm blessed to have received that.
Yeah, yeah. So it's real good, man, just to be able to do that. And one of the things, at least for me too, you can tell, especially with family, when they really,
Mhm.
really, really love you, because they support and they start to think about whatever it is. So prime example, my family, and use that in a very loosely term, like family, immediate, extended, like
Mhm.
friends and family, you know what I'm saying? Top of the day. Like it's like we're talking about real estate, or we're talking about
Mhm.
something, some type of something.
Yeah,
They can
yeah,
hear me, they can hear what I'm trying to say, and
yeah,
I've never done it before, so I have to be. And then sometimes I'm not. I'm very
yeah,
probably direct,
yeah.
with my approach to it. But that's me, that's who I am. I'm direct with it, and I laugh because in college, man, I didn't take like sciences. I think I took geology or whatever it was with the rocks and everything like that. But
Mhm.
I took that, but instead of like taking like chemistry and biology and stuff, because they just weren't my strong suits as I got
Yeah,
into my junior and senior year or whatever. So when people were taking like chemistry and stuff, I was taking
yeah,
like logics, like inductive,
right.
deductive reasoning, like
Yeah,
the 10 fallacies, like
yeah,
argument, debate. Like my minor
mhm,
was speech communications. Like I had legitimately like debate courses, like
right.
semesters, like four
Mhm.
months of just debate, so
Wow.
once, and I had like 4 or 5 classes like that. Again, it's my minor. So and I'm in classes. A lot of my good friends from Carolina, we had
Mhm.
those courses together, those speech communication courses. I'm not gonna say any names, but you know who you are. If you were looking at this, you know who you are. Like we were in those
Right.
speech classes together, and you knew
Yeah.
then I was good. You knew I was good then.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But just having that background or whatever, just being able to come into it and just being natural for me. And what I want to really drive home is, man, just how good does it feel to, you know, you you made it, you made relative success in healthcare as an executive, but then that wasn't enough. You still had a void that you had to fill, and you felt that you're feeling that void with your business, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
you're still putting yourself in a situation to where you can get up every single day and actually love what you do. I love to
Right.
talk, right? I love to talk. And one day, I mean, I'm doing it now,
Mhm.
because most of my days consist of me just talking on the phone, whether it's you,
Yeah.
whether it's clients, whether it's, family, friends, whatever like that. I'm just talking on the phone. But
Mhm.
eventually I'm gonna figure out a way to do that and get paid to do that. So I get up every single day and I just do what I love to do. I talk all day.
And talk about, man, listen, talk about a great feeling is being able to get up every day. And I know folks say that a lot, but really getting up every day and getting to do what you truly love
I do
and
what I
get paid
want.
for, that's an amazing feeling. And it's like really with my firm, I'm really being intentional on how I grow that. and sometimes it's slow from the beginning, but it picks up and it progresses.
Right.
And I've been, very fortunate to have a certain level of success. And right now I'm really focused on just, we talked about family earlier, and really trying to build that generational wealth, and really trying to, give my nieces and my nephews kind of like a blueprint for how to do it. And they don't have to look exactly the way that I did it, but give them some kind of idea, because I didn't necessarily have that blueprint to say, this is what you need to do, or this is how you should do it, or this is the way you should go. So I created my own. And I wanted to give them, I wanted to leave them with something, a roadmap to kind of follow, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. And I want to speak to this real quick too. I want to go in this direction. I want to let people know that, I did a video on, it's called Home Run. It was on, it had the Barry Bonds theme with it.
It's a great video too, great video.
Appreciate it, man. I had some audio issues going on, but I've corrected that. But that's in part of being an entrepreneur, On that one, I'll be real quick because it's gonna make you laugh. But on that one, I would literally take the video, I would take my phone and record my TV.
Oh, right? Gotcha, yeah.
And that's how the volume was so muddy. And then on some of my videos, you'll hear my heat coming on, like in the during the Christmas time, like my heat would come on and stuff. I'm like, what else? I'm like, oh, whatever. But
it's called trial and error, right?
Trial and error. But check this out. So I had YouTube Premium the whole time. So it's like, I'm like, well, I had YouTube Premium. I got Apple Music. So it was no need for me to, but the YouTube Premium is the real ticket that gets me, and it really gave me that time, that time to really just look at it and control the volume with it, and then control the image itself. So you can it looks like you're actually watching the movie itself, and I give credit where credit's due. Of course, we still have copyright issues or whatever, but I try to get my point across, right. That's it. But I'm getting back to Home Run. Barry Bonds, and during that time, a lot of baseball players were getting a lot of flack because, they were using steroids, right? And people were saying, they were creating a, unfair advantage, that, it couldn't be attainable. I think he hit up to like 652 home runs or something crazy, man. I mean, it was ridiculous, right? 652 home runs. Imagine hitting one home run and experiencing that 652 times. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Over and over and over again.
Over and over again. But anyway, so they couldn't really find anything with it, right? But so they blame steroids. But here's the beauty of it all. Like in baseball, the cameras let you see the portions of the game they really want. But if you really watch baseball, you'll know that Barry Bonds plays defense as well. So he's in the he's on defense as well. He's an outfielder. He's an outfielder. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So at what point do we just say that he's a really good baseball player? And even if he took steroids or not, it still doesn't change the fact that he's a good baseball player who can hit the ball. You know what I'm saying? So the Mr. America, whoever, the Mr. Universe, whoever the strongest man alive, you mean to tell me he can put a bat in his hand and hit 652 home runs because he's strong? No, man. But I say that to say we can't discredit people for being just talented. You know what I'm saying? Even something as straightforward as taking steroids, it's still a level of talent there. And I say that to say at what level, and what time during a home run does the defense just respect it for what it is? This man is talented. He hit a home run. It's nothing you can do about it. It's over.
Yeah, it's over. It's over the fence. It's nothing you can do
about
it.
You know what I'm saying? Enjoy it. Embrace it. Look at it. Clap for him. It's a home run at the end of the day. Absolutely. And we advertise that. So we have to take the same approach we'll use baseball as the macro, and then we're gonna take it as a micro as far as what we do as professionals in regular business. Man, if I'm doing really good, bro, if I do really good videos, man, I do really good videos. That's it.
Right.
Really good videos. It's nothing.
Yeah, nothing more, nothing less.
It's nothing else to take away from that. It's just really good videos. I have a talent to do it. I'm doing it, and it's really good. You can either be happy for me, try to collab with me like you're doing,
Right, right,
or,
right.
try to work with me, whatever,
Mhm.
or, I don't know what that looks like. But
Yeah.
anyway, I just want us to be able to say that, hey, listen, you who work at McDonald's, right? I used to work at fast food. I started out in fast food. I started out at
Yeah,
Wendy's.
it was one of my first jobs.
Yeah,
One of
I
my
started out at Wendy's, man. At Wendy's, Lake Wiley, South Carolina. I started at Wendy's. Me and my friend who's gonna be doing photography with me. We started out there, and there's a whole bunch of gang of people out there that we work with. Real quick, I gotta do the plug. Shout out Oak Ridge, South Carolina. Um, got some really good people out there. My
Yeah.
homeboy, my good dude, Jeff Cook, is from
Uh,
Oak Ridge, and we got a unique story, but I wanted to give that shout out to him, Oak Ridge. Hey,
yeah.
bring those car shows back, man. Y'all need to bring those car shows, the Oak Ridge car shows. Y'all need to bring those
Yeah.
back. I'll be there. You just let me know. I know we got COVID. I know I should have gave that plug with the healthcare guy, the healthcare exec over here, but hey, car shows. Let's get like 1,000 of us together. We all do the mask thing, and we kind of just,
Right.
go from there. But
Yeah.
I want to say that you can take, a $10 or $12, job. Do you know how hard it is to work in fast food, bro? I'm
Mhm.
telling
Yeah.
you, if you can work in fast food, you can be a CEO of whatever it is you want to work, to be a CEO over.
Yeah.
But do you know
Yeah.
how hard it is to work
Yeah,
in
it
fast
takes a
food?
certain level of man. Listen. It's not an easy job. So
It's not an
much
easy
respect
job. So,
to all the folks who get up and do that, man, every day. It's not easy at all. Yeah.
it's not easy at all. It's not easy being a janitor. I mean, people can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like people, and then I'm sorry, it's not easy to be a maintenance, a maintenance personnel. And then maintenance is very, loose, because I know maintenance, they actually maintain, like build and maintain. So I don't want
Yeah.
to minimize them to just cleaning, but
Right.
just maintenance. But
Right.
that's a skill, that's a job, that's a craft. I mean, like being a butcher, that's a
Hmm.
craft. Do you know how many
Yeah.
people can cut meat? Can you cut meat?
Yeah. It's a skill, man. Like you said. So it's like everyone has value in what they do, and in whatever their profession may be, from the from the smallest to the biggest. It's like it's no I think society likes to create this hierarchy of like titles,
Right.
and this idea that titles and positions and salaries make you more important, or make you that much grander than the next person. But at the end of the day, man, everybody has to earn a living, and
Yep.
a lot of what a lot of people do is skill, and I respect everybody, man, for however they make a living. So yeah.
Yeah. And then you have to put it, and then for us, I think we have to put things in perspective. And I'm gonna really drive it home with this right here. Here's the thing, for our family, for our family, we're one of, because you got to understand, there's a bit of genetics there that
Mhm.
says that if I make it, if I have the ability, if I'm talented, that means that, the people in my family, the apple doesn't fall too far from this tree. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it
Right.
doesn't fall. So we're all, but just saying that, I have a diverse family. So I may have
Mhm.
some people who work at, Walmart, and I'm not, again, I used to work for Sam's Club or whatever, so I'm not
Yeah.
down in Walmart. It's not
Yeah.
they get paid really. Store manager at Walmart get paid a lot of money, but and Sam's Club. But I will say this: I go home during the holidays.
Mhm.
I go home and I have the same respect for my grandmother
Mhm.
as my cousin, you know,
Mhm.
who works at
Mhm.
Walmart.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
talk the same way to my grandmother. I come, no
Mhm.
matter who I talk to, no matter how many decisions I make, no matter if I'm CEO, no matter who I am, I can have, you ain't got no realtor and you ain't got nothing,
Yeah.
but they ain't got nothing to do with it. I still
Right.
go home and I still communicate
Yeah.
in the same way, respectful manner as, the rest of my family. So I'm no different, I'm no better. I have to answer to somebody, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. I mean, the truth of the matter is, is that you've been extremely blessed in what you do, and I've been extremely blessed. But life is funny, and you could be really high one day and you could be really low the next day. So I try not to get too high or get too low on myself. You know, I just try to stay humble. Like you said, treat everybody from my family to my friends, to whoever. I just try to give everybody that same level of respect and do for them what I would want them to do for me, man. And like I said, I was really excited about the interview and just proud of what you're doing, man. This is such a great platform.
Hey man, yeah, man, I like it, and we're gonna make this thing work. I know we're getting into a lengthy time period right now, but that's okay. You know, they have
no, it's organic conversation.
It's okay,
That's how you know. That's how you know it's genuine. It's organic conversation. It's not forced, you know?
Not forced at all. I don't even have the questions. I'm totally off script. I mean, I didn't even bring the questions up that we have. But you know, I will say this right here, man. It's been a pleasure, you know, speaking with you. You know, we're gonna wrap it up with saying, hey, again, thank you, brother. You know what I'm saying? From me to you. People will look at this video and we'll be able to talk about it, you and I, you know, because there's a lot of stuff that we talked about, but even 45 minutes, there's a lot of stuff we did not discuss. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, maybe that'll be a part 2 down the road. You know, maybe we'll do a part 2 at some point.
And we're good for part 2. You know, I started out with a part 3er. You know what I'm saying? I did the part 3er, and you know, shout out to Latoya Goodwin, Gary, the home loan mom, as well. She really believed in me and gave me a chance for you know, my first one, and just kind of, you know, believed in them. I know it was kind of scary to kind of jump out there with me or whatever, but we did it. We did very well, man. You know, and I look forward to working with her again too. But right now, I give you an opportunity. Let's just, you know, do some takeaways. What you know, you got an opportunity to put some plugs out there. You got an opportunity to kind of just, you know, what do you want the people to have? And, you know, if they ain't hear nothing else, what, you know, you heard this. So I open up the floor for you on that one, and then, you know, we'll just close it out.
Yeah, you know, thank you for that, Alex. I think, you know, my takeaways from this is pretty simple, and I'll use 2 chapters in my book, but from Wishing to Win, and you know, a shameless plug. You know, I'll use 2 chapters this become extremely relevant in this day and time, given the climate we're in. But I kind of use this principle for my whole life. So 2 takeaways is, one, be content, but never complacent in life. So, you know, that simply means, you know, be thankful for what you have, be appreciative of what you have, but never get too settled or too comfortable to say that you don't have to challenge yourself to do more. So again, be content, but never complacent. And then the last one is, you know, I'm in healthcare, and I see really sick people every day, and I see people that lose their life every day, and I make a lot of decisions, you know, that impact a lot of people. So, you know, health is wealth, you know, so whatever that means to you in your life, for me, it means that, you know, you can't do absolutely anything without your health. So you gotta take care of yourself, you know, whatever that looks like for you. There's a lot of people that, you know, work out an hour a day and, you know, have a lot of different routines. I'll say whatever works for you and whatever keeps you healthy and operating the best for you and your family. So again, health is wealth, and be content, but not complacent. Be on the lookout for more information coming from our firm. If you know anyone who's interested in working with me and my firm, please let me know. Again, check out my book, From Wishing to Winning, on Amazon. Alex, I tell you, it's a great read.
Really good.
And again, you know, thank you all for listening. Alex, thank you for having me again. So proud of everything that you've done. You've come a long way, man, and you're impacting lives.
And hey, listen, I'm not ashamed to say it. I've come a long, long way, man. You know, where I started from. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah. You know, that's it. You got it off. You got it. Are you good with it? Or?
Yeah. You know, thank you for everybody listening. I'm excited for what's to come, man. So we'll do this again at some point, man. But until then, you know, be blessed, my brother. Be blessed.
All right. You know, as I always do with all my videos, I want you guys to, know that I'm happy to help. And, I want you guys to make it a great day. See you guys on Monday for Trap House.
Yeah.
All right, man. All right, bro.